and good evening, and welcome back to another Unfiltered stream on a Saturday night with me, Sam Jones, also known as the BrickKeeper. As always, I can never do these things alone, because it would just bore the living daylights out of all of you. So, I brought some friends with me, and I brought some spoons as well. So we'll see what happens. Firstly, let me introduce the man who doesn't have any phallic-shaped objects today. It's Joe Chambers.
Oh no, they're gone. What are you talking about? I could listen to the dulcet British tones of your voice for hours upon hours upon hours.
You say the nicest things, but I don't think that's true.
Yeah. If I was not interacting, it would be weird to just hear.
There's a limit.
Yeah. And sorry, I'm in my living room or in my dining room today because I am packing up Skylab kits.
Oh, very nice.
Yeah.
Very nice. So we'll bring in the spoon of the group.
The little spoon of the group.
He's the man from Wales. Self-proclaimed big spoon, but jury's still out. Let's cut the craggle.
Hello, sir and/or madam.
Good evening.
How the devil are we?
I'm very good, thanks. How are you, sir?
I'm okay. I just want to get ahead of this before it gets out of hand. The only reason I changed my name to Big Spoon is because you threw into question the dynamics of our relationship. So I just wanted to set everyone straight that I am the Big Spoon of the two.
I don't agree.
I'm not the biggest, but I'm the Big Spoon.
Just a big spoon.
I'm the Big Spoon because Sam lets me be the Big Spoon.
That certainly is true.
Yes, there you go.
I'm the big spoon, he screams impotently into the night.
And it's also because when we spoon, if I'm from behind, the feel of my tits against his back makes it think that is a woman. So
Oh dear.
Whereas if it's the other way around, the hair on my back just kind of gives it away. It ruins the illusion.
Yeah.
What's that? 3 minutes in? Okay, off to a good start.
All right. Wow.
We need a little scoreboard or something. I could just put at the side here that says, it gets updated each week with how quick we are to throw away the
Descent into chaos. I mean, this should be the Not Safe for Work live stream / Descent into Chaos.
Yes.
I concur.
That's a much better name. Oh, he's got the tape gun out.
Yeah.
Now I just need to make sure, just before we continue, your wife is safe, right? You haven't tied her to a chair.
Oh my god.
No, shut up. No. No, she's fine. She's not here. You put those scissors down. No. No, she's actually she's out running some errands right now.
Cool.
And that's one of the reasons why there is a non-zero chance that I will be turning off my stream and relocating somewhere else.
That seems fair.
Yes.
So shall we have a look and see who's here in the chat? So far we've got Lady Sam B. So good evening to her. And we've got Jacob, who has just gone and got a new phone.
What?
So welcome to him, and I hope your new phone lets you watch this stream, because it's very important.
Oh boy.
Otherwise you might need a new phone afterwards.
Why? Because we have sullied your current phone. Okay.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. I'd like to think we could take that accolade.
Oh no. Oh no, the other chambers have just arrived.
Oh dear, sooner than expected.
Yes.
I can hear Clark is getting all excited.
So
I don't know. That expression was not the look of excitement.
That was a look of fear on Joe's
It was the
face.
look of wild panic.
okay, well, I might relocate here shortly, so okay, I'm gonna sign off for a few minutes, guys.
All right, Joe, we'll catch you in a few minutes, mate.
Okay. Unless anyone wants to come say hi real quick. No? Okay. All right, see ya.
See ya.
Wow.
Wow, so Joe lasted a whole 6 minutes. I hear that's a record.
Yeah, I mean, did you see that expression? That was the look of a deer that got caught masturbating in the headlights.
I know. I do believe his wife does know about these streams, but at the same time,
You would hope so, right?
it's just, at the same time, it's like, hey, we're not that scary. We're not all sat here with our tops off or anything.
Oh, speak for yourself.
Okay, maybe you are.
Oh, I don't know. I feel like I'm on one now. Maybe, do you know what? After my stream earlier today, do you know, I mentioned on the stream, I tried going for a nap or a kip, as we like to say in Wales, before the stream because I was tired after running around all morning and I just couldn't nod off. So I did the stream and afterwards I was like, do you know what? I'm going to try again before Sam's stream. And once again, I laid there and my body just refused to shut off. So, you know, when you try to go to sleep and you can't and it makes you even more tired?
Yes, yeah.
That's where I am right now. So my sanity may be wearing a little thin right now.
Okay, so you could literally crack at any minute.
Yeah.
This could be an entertaining stream.
It could be. Or I could just like fall asleep and suddenly just like you hear this noise of my forehead pressed against the keyboard.
Oh, well, that could be interesting. As you turn, the keyboard might make different noises.
So I have a question. And I'm fully aware that I'm putting you on the spot on the live stream by asking this rather than DMing you in private, but I don't care, and I feel like you're under no pressure whatsoever. But are you going to Comic-Con tomorrow?
I don't know, mate, to be honest, because like I say, I'm not feeling the best, and Lady Sam's not feeling the best. So at the moment, we are in a standby situation. Plus, we obviously don't know 100% if we can get tickets on a day. So I hate for us to drive that distance. I know it's not far, but drive that distance with no guarantee of being able to get in or see you guys. So
yeah, oh, fair enough.
But we will see how we feel in the morning and make a decision then.
I know they had some problems today with getting people in on time, which apparently is the norm since they changed that new location. But people were also saying that Sundays are much quieter. Because previously when it was in Wrexham, we only ever went on a Sunday. And it was fine then. So hopefully it should be good tomorrow.
Good. I hope so. I hope you get to see Sam Jones. Top bloke.
Yeah. I mean, I've got my ticket for Kevin Conroy booked and Will Friedel. I was looking about John Glover. You know, we talked about John Glover. Apparently, he's not going. Apparently, someone like tweeted, like tagged him in a tweet and said, "I'm watching like a bunch of Riddler episodes of Batman the Animated Series in preparation for meeting, you know," and then tagged him. And he said, "I'm sorry, but I'm not going. We didn't get past the initial negotiations. I know they've listed me as attending, but I'm not actually going to be there." So that's a bit disappointing. But yeah, I don't know why they've listed him as going then.
Yeah, that's a bit strange on the organisation's part to list him if they've not even agreed that he's actually going to be there.
And you know what? I would like to say that it's an anomaly, but I've seen it happen a few times. I'm not like, you know, I can't just say, oh, it's just this, you know, events organisers, because this one is the Wales Comic Con. But also, I remember with one of the London Comic Cons that was run by Showmasters, they announced Sam Neill was going there one year. And someone on Twitter like tagged him and said, "I can't wait to meet you this Saturday." And he was like, what's happening this Saturday? They were like, oh, they're going to Comic-Con. He's like, this is news to me. I'm filming a pilot that weekend. It was like, what the hell? And yeah, and then they afterwards, then the Showmasters updated it and said, oh yeah, cancelled. But apparently, like, you never even got as far as asking him. Like, they reached out to his agents, and his agent said, like, preliminary at the time, months back, yes, but can you answer this, this, and this? Never got back to them, and they just listed him as attending. So,
dear.
Yeah, it can happen, sadly, but still,
Yeah.
lots of people there that I'm looking forward to meeting. I'm looking forward to going to a Comic-Con as well, the first time since September 2019,
Oh, wow.
Since the pandemic.
It's been a while then.
It has, and at the same time, I don't know about you, but even now, I know it's 2022, and it's probably getting a bit boring to say so, but I still kind of feel like 2019 was only last year. I still feel like we're in 2020. We're in the year that never was,
Yeah, I still feel stuck there. And I just want to, before we carry on with this conversation, I just want to address something. Jacob, we did check the chat. We already said hello to you. And we did that with, 7 minutes? So I think we even beat our own record.
I'm pretty sure like you went straight into the chat after introducing the guests. We even
they'll probably would have only been 4 minutes.
I don't know about that. I'm tempted to do a timeout.
I think it was a new record, personally, Jacob. So, yes, we've already checked it.
Oh my word!
But anyway, back to Comic-Con. Yeah, I've seen a few places as well that have put someone on, but have given plenty of notice that someone has cancelled or is no longer coming.
Yeah.
I just find it. It's one of those things. I just find it a bit weird when people say, "Oh yeah, so and so's coming," and then, like you say, did not even got past the stage of negotiating.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely uncommon, but I've heard it happen at least 3 or 4 times now.
Yeah,
I mean, guest cancellations, are always part and parcel. I remember the first time it happened, I didn't understand like how it happened, but it's always, pending work commitments, because at the end of the day, if they get called up to do reshoots or a film, or they get a part in a movie or TV show, that's going to take, priority over going to a Comic-Con, unfortunately.
Yes, it is. Yeah, I agree.
But Kevin Conroy was there today, apparently. People said on Facebook that whilst they were waiting in one part of the hall, that he suddenly appeared on a balcony and shouted, "I am vengeance! I am the night! I am Batman!" And then people were like asking if there was a video of it. And he said, no, he just popped up, said that, and then just left without any warning, The crowd was cheering and stuff, but he said it was just an amazing moment to be present of, so...
Crazy. That's one of the things I love about Comic-Cons. I watched once a Dalek being chased by a full-size Pikachu. And I will never forget that.
I love going to Comic-Cons. Yeah, I have missed it. And I don't cosplay anymore. I feel like I almost want to get back into cosplay, but it's such a time-consuming thing. I mean, when I was into cosplay, it was before I properly got back into Lego. I think I mentioned before, I used to pick up the odd minifigure or polybag at a Comic-Con every time I went to one. But I hadn't really started buying sets yet. And it's such an expensive hobby, cosplay, and it's also a time-consuming one. Crafting it and stuff like that. That I don't know. I can't see myself getting back into it. I might try and, if I get into better shape, I have to, get back into my pre-pandemic bod, dust off a few of the old costumes maybe. But at the moment, I'm just looking forward to going to a Comic-Con, being there and part of the atmosphere, seeing the guests, visiting the stalls and traders and stuff like that, and just soaking it all in,
Yes, and we have Joe back.
We do?
We do. He is present.
Yeah, unfortunately, I'm back.
Oh, don't say unfortunately, Joe. We love having you here.
Oh, just something very quickly. I'm aware, I think it's a world map, but just from this angle, that thing on the left-hand side kind of looks like an old man's smiling face being stretched out.
This?
Yeah, it looks like someone's got the skin of an old man's face and just stretched it out.
This is Mars, isn't
Oh,
it?
I see. I see what you're saying. Yes,
Yeah.
Sam, you are correct. That is a map of Mars.
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 Who knew you could map a whole chocolate bar?
Oh, he doesn't get it.
No, I got it. No, I got it.
He doesn't want to get it.
But yeah, Mars
No.
chocolate bars are something different in the States.
No, they're here.
Yeah,
They're the same.
they're the same, or they're a different type of chocolate bar, though.
Are they?
Yeah,
I
because
don't know.
Milky. What's it? Is it Milky Way or something? Is different.
Milky Way's
I don't know.
different.
Yeah, there's a couple of chocolate bars that have the same name, but they're literally complete different things in America and different like companies.
I don't know. I'll be right back. I have to go grab a couple things downstairs. So I'll be right back.
Playing with our emotions. Come on, man.
Do you know what? He's the biggest tease around here.
Well, did you see the way he just booty danced off camera then?
I wasn't going to address it.
Oh, okay. Apparently, Jacob's lost his mum in his local mall.
Oh,
If only there was such a thing as as a mobile device that you could ring and someone could answer and find out where they were.
Or go see go see the mall cop.
The mall
cop. Don't they have those? Don't they ride around on segways? I've seen it in the movies.
The movies.
Those really terrible movies.
The cinema.
Oh dear.
So, my wife just said something really funny as I ran by. She's like, "Let me know if you need a mimosa." And I'm like, "I might need one later. I'm kind of stressed right now." And she said, "Yeah, I know. Do you need a mimosa?"
I tell you what, she's a keeper. She's willing to get you smashed at 12:30 and in the afternoon.
It's a Saturday, you know.
I just had to Google what mimosa was.
Yeah.
I don't know why. I thought it was something to do with Indian food.
That's a samosa.
Oh, okay.
Oh. No, it's just we have this
Sound
bottle
similar.
They do. I'll give you that.
Bro, it's like margarita. For ages, I thought there was these 40-year-old women on the beach getting pissed on pizza.
What?
They're like, "Oh, I'm down the beach drinking margaritas. I'm getting, pissed on margaritas." I'm like, "What the hell, pizza?"
Oh, okay, that makes sense. No, we just have a bottle of well, you can't call it champagne, can you?
Unless it's from the Champagne region of France.
Yeah. We have a bottle of that we're trying to get rid of, and it's not the best. It's not the best, so like making a mimosa out of it is like the best we can do.
Fair enough.
Fair.
Yeah. So, if you were to get a Skylab Bricks Skylab kit from me, and I happen to have, would you think it'd be weird if I put one of these stickers in there with it?
I wouldn't, but that's because I know you.
Okay.
And I know what that means.
What is it?
I get the reference.
Is that Benny?
It's Benny, and my brother-in-law photoshopped Benny in the suit of a Skylab astronaut, Alan Bean. He also put my name, oh, you can't see it, but right there, it says Joe. Yeah. Yeah, my brother-in-law is amazing at that kind of stuff.
I like.
When he was the DM of our D&D campaign, the things he would bring that he had drawn on his own, like, were incredible. So that's why I miss playing D&D.
I have not played D&D in ages.
Yeah.
I have never played D&D.
And yet you were just talking about how you used to cosplay.
Yeah, I used to cosplay at Comic-Cons.
Huh. What
on photo shoots and stuff.
what was your favorite character, your favorite cosplay?
Ooh, that's a tough
Wow,
one.
that's a question. That
Yeah, I'll have to get back to you on that.
Okay. Well, give me an example. What's one that you did?
I mean, I did Marty McFly in this 2015 outfit.
Oh, yeah.
I made a hoverboard, made the jacket as well, which had it actually had the buttons that you pressed, and it had a flashing light, and it had the saying, "Your jacket is drying. Your jacket is now dry."
That's
Brilliant.
awesome.
And it used to also do like the drying, like hair dryer sound effect as well.
Man, that would be a great challenge to like actually put in like some kind of hair dryer motor in the jacket somewhere and have it turn on and actually like puff up.
Yeah, that would be cool.
I know a guy who's an electrical engineer.
Do you?
Yeah.
Oh, if only he was cool.
I doubt
and
it.
could make things like that.
I highly doubt it.
The funny thing is, like, to make it the base, we were looking on different forums and people were saying, "Oh, this members only 80s jacket is a good base to cut up and use to make the jacket." So I bought one off eBay and I cut it up and I made the Marty McFly jacket. And now the members only jacket itself has become vintage because they used it in Stranger Things to Steve. And it's very, very rare. And I cut it up to shreds and cannibalized it into something else.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah.
Just like the you know the story behind the Ecto One.
Yeah.
People who do Ghostbusters stuff. I don't know what you call them, but they it's kind of a rare vintage hearse, and these car collectors are really ticked off at all these Ghostbuster people because no one can find an example of this hearse anymore because all these Ghostbusters fans keep buying them up and turning them into Ecto One.
Yeah. Yeah, it's the mini Meteor. And it's the fact that they're so hard to get one now that people have resorted to using like the wrong year one now, like a close proximity to it and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Same with the DeLorean as well.
Yeah, I actually want a DeLorean someday.
Yeah, well, DeLorean now they're coming back. Someone's bought up the rights to it, and they're going to make a new DeLorean. It's going to be electric only. So
really,
yeah, I don't know how close the original is going to look, but like I think they did the tease and they showed. I think the one they showed was one of the original ones, but it had like the go-in doors and stuff like that. But obviously, it looked like the base DeLorean car as opposed to the one from Back to the Future. But I can see people, if it's close enough, getting a new one and making that into a Back to the Future style car because there's so few of the original ones around now.
Yeah, easy.
Yeah. What was I going to say? Oh yeah, the comment about the most unrealistic thing about Back to the Future is a DeLorean reaching 88 miles per hour.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In the instructions, it actually says that the speedometer in it only went up as high as 85. So they had to like basically use this template and create a custom speedometer on there, the gauge on that.
Gotcha. Well, they did a whole lot of custom things to that.
Yeah.
Vehicle.
I just finished building the new Lego set of the DeLorean today.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, it's beautiful.
I tried to order one a little too late the other day.
Right, it's sold out on the UK site as well, and it just goes to show there is a demand for this kind of thing. Lego keep on trying to make out that there's not that much demand for adult collector sets, with sort of nostalgic IPs, but there really is.
Again, there's just something that makes me nervous, like the finality of sending this thing out. Like, do I have all the parts in it? Like, I don't know, man.
I know what you mean, Joe, but there's only so many times you can check it over.
Oh, yep.
It's there, man. You've got it.
Yep. Here we go. That's
Like
kid
Bon
number
Jovi
2.
said, keep the faith.
Yeah.
I already upset him once by saying there was a spell mistake on the front of the box.
I'm amazed you're still alive.
So I'm really appreciative of the people who have ordered these, and I think that's really awesome. It's the couple guys from Germany who have ordered these from me, because like shipping this $15, that's fine. That's okay for me to do free shipping. The couple guys who have ordered from me from Germany are paying $55 shipping, and I'm like,
what?
Are you guys sure you want to do this?
That's
that is about right. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, not wrong. It's about right, but
really appreciative, guys. Thank you very much. If you happen to be listening, I really appreciate that you want this kit, and I'm happy to do it.
I'm going to be in a tricky boat as well, because when I do my custom minifigures that I'm going to be selling, I got to figure out how I'm going to do postage on them, because shipping within the UK, I'm happy enough to, like I say, do free postage just to include that.
Yeah.
Right, but going overseas, like a lot of my audience is American, and shipping anything over to the States, it costs more than what it's worth,
And you've not got that guarantee it's going to get there. I mean,
Yeah,
you've had bad
seriously.
experiences in the past, haven't you?
Well, yeah, it took, was it 6 months, I think it was, to ship that one minifigure over to space time?
Yeah.
Whoa.
Right? I think it was about 6 months. I might be exaggerating slightly, but it was a long time. We assumed it had been lost, and all of a sudden it turned up. Because I had received another package from one of my other buddies in the States that they'd sent it, later. But he had spent a bomb on postage sending it to me. It would have been quicker if it probably would have been cheaper for him to just give me the money to buy it from someone in the UK on eBay. He wanted to give it to me for free, but obviously it cost him more money on shipping. So, but I'm always grateful for people, from the States that send me stuff that I can't get my hands on, and I know that it's not just putting them out in terms of convenience of having to go and send something off, but also it is just stupidly expensive.
Yeah.
I can only put it down to the fact that like our countries don't want to send each other stuff, like to get round.
I mean, you'd be surprised how I don't know how expensive it is that there is an ocean between us. Like, it's not just like we can throw it in a train car going across the country, or a freight truck or whatever, or I'm sorry, as you guys put it, a lorry, right? Is that right?
Lorry, truck,
Lorry, yeah. I'm Joe. I'm amazed. I mean, very impressed with your British here.
But the thing is, though, is that
thanks,
you
mate.
say that, and I get it, but at the same time, when we are hearing about flights to America, taking off with no passengers in because no one's booked them, and then you hear about other planes, where someone's managed to get a ticket for like £12.50, and it's like it would be cheaper then, basically, for me to have basically bought a plane ticket for £12.50, sat the box on my lap, and gone over and hand delivered it.
Yeah.
Also included in the Skylab kits is the custom Skylab tile brick.
Oh, very nice.
Yep. Which someone here is going to get theirs in the fall.
Thank you very much.
I'd rather deliver it personally than ship it, and it might get lost, and it costs.
Oh, Joe, you didn't have to do that. Honestly, it's so nice of you.
Shut up, Craggle. What? I'm just kidding, man. Hey, so seriously, Emily and I are coming out to England at least and we do want to come see like yes, fine, the Space Museum, but like we have space museums all over the place here because our country actually went to space, and
he can have 5 minutes, right?
He's not wrong.
I mean, he's not wrong, but whilst he's in the background there, let's acknowledge some of the British achievements of us going to space, okay? Let's just do that. We were the first country to develop and scrap our own satellite launch capability, a record that has not been broken to this day. This is a crowning achievement of the UK Space Agency and British spaceflight. Let's not forget that, folks. It's very important. The second one, we sent a lander to Mars. Went well. It got there. All good stuff. We lost it for 13 years, I think it was. And then the Americans found it for us.
Sounds a bit like me sending the parcel to America.
Yeah. I mean, they just happened to be cruising around Mars one day with the window down, poking their big cameras out and having a look.
Let's
Boom!
not forget
What's
the
that
important
shiny thing?
The important part that Sean Bean played in bringing Mark Watney back to Earth in The Martian.
Yeah, I don't think it played any part in that, unfortunately.
It's a true story, right?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
So now let's just remember, we've had our moments. We've been to space as well. May not be as successfully, but we've been there. We did things. We're still there. We put components on James Webb. We put components in other things. I mean,
How long
maybe
are you going to keep him out of the stream?
I'm just trying to find things to justify our reasoning for being in space. There really isn't a great deal these days.
In the States. Let him have this. Go on.
Hello, Joe.
I was.
But as it turns out, I didn't die. Hey man, I was.
Well, have you know, actually, the British were the first people to put a man on the moon, but no one knew about it. He landed on the dark side of the moon.
Joe, just remind me what happened to Skylab again.
Sam, I was just about to mention all of the achievements of British astronauts who have gone to the space station on American rockets or Russian rockets.
I was going to say, you have no defense there. You've been up on Russian rockets as well. So.
Yeah, seriously. Anyway, but like, back to what I was saying, Emily and I are coming, and we're going to be there for maybe 4 or 5 days. Craggle, is there something cool we can come see in Wales while we're there,
Oh, there's loads of cool stuff in Wales.
Okay. Like, it's a country I've never been to. I've never been to England as well.
We got castles.
Castles! Let's not repeat that discussion. That was
I got very heated.
I'm always on the spot, difficult to say, but there is so much stuff. In fact, probably Mrs. Craggle is probably better at advertising Wales because she wasn't born here, but she chose to live here. Yeah.
Oh. Where's she from?
She's from England.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I imported her. I slipped across the border into enemy lines, and I took one of their women and brought her back with me.
Has there been at any point in the last 200 or 300 years where Wales and England have been enemies for any reason?
I mean,
when it comes to football or rugby matches, yeah.
Oh, okay, all right, yes, and I understand in Europe that is that is combat. That is not
Yeah.
a game.
There is something quite interesting, and we were talking about this, and at the time, an article actually got recommended to me, further proof that my phone is listening to me. We were talking about the Welsh language and how people may take the mick out of it, but it's used actually in a lot of sort of like fantasy fiction. They use it as the base of like fictional languages, but
Yeah.
also it's almost a bit sort of, I don't know what what correct word is, but it feels a bit weird to sort of have the English constantly mock the Welsh language after they tried to make it, but their ancestors or whatever. And there was an article that says, like, there was a thing saying about why we need to stop. Why is it okay for the English to take the mick out of the Welsh language after, like, they tried to, try to stamp it out? Would there be any other situation where a colonist is allowed to take the mick out of a country that their sort of culture that they almost wiped out?
Yeah.
It's true. I don't know if colonist is the correct word, but
Hey,
there was
look,
the whole thing with.
I have no room to speak because the the ancestors of my country were wiped out entire nations of indigenous people here whose languages don't exist anymore because manifest destiny and all that good stuff.
It's it's true, but it's like people often say that about the British, but even within the British Isles, there are other like cultures that have happened on there. It's just one of those things that I just thought was curious, and I thought I'm not saying it's right or wrong. I don't really, unless someone's being particularly nasty about it, I just take it as a joke if someone takes a mick out of the Welsh language. But it does raise that sort of question of why is that okay?
Yeah.
When in any other scenario it wouldn't be,
Okay, so here's my thought on stuff like that. Comedy is great for making fun of people, yada yada yada. To me, it's funny if you're punching up, but not if you're punching down.
Great.
So in my opinion, a comedian should be allowed to say whatever they want to. But only if it's a comedian, not okay. Maybe not.
No, I honestly, I don't think there's like a single right or wrong answer. I think there's lots of variables to it,
Yeah,
I mean,
for sure.
I don't know if we're allowed to talk about this, but it kind of goes back to the whole Will Smith thing that happened at the Oscars this week,
Okay.
Well, like the idea is like people were saying that was Chris Rock wrong to make that joke, taking the mick out of someone's condition. There has been actual things about it saying that Chris Rock wasn't even aware that she had is it alopecia?
Right.
He thought that she had just shaved her head as a as a fashion choice. And to be honest with you, I didn't know she had that until this Oscars thing came about. So, apparently she's been public with it. But then the other thing, of course, is that someone pointed out that she did actually audition for G.I. Jane back in the 90s and lost out on the part to Demi Moore. So it adds some complexity of whether the joke was really about a condition or whether it was just one of those things of like foot and mouth,
Yeah. And see, any normal person like you or I, and maybe even Sam, like making a joke like that among friends or like among normal people might be a little tasteless, probably. But you have to look at it in context. These are all rich ass famous people. They're not normal.
Well, yeah, and the thing is, you look at Will Smith's earlier career, before he got into his serious acting, he pretty much was known for ripping I would say as you described it, punching down at people with his comedy. So it's a bit sort of like but also there's so many aspects to this whole thing. Like if you look at the footage, Will Smith laughs until he's seen walking on stage. So something happened in between him initially laughing and then him going on stage and slapping Chris Rock, whether his wife said something to him or what, I don't know, but
yeah.
I just think whether you think the joke is tasteless or shouldn't have been said, what followed was absolutely wrong.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, agree.
And
it again just shows like what kind of world does he live in where like the stuff going on in his brain says, yes, it is appropriate to get up and slap someone on live TV over this. But like,
have a word in private afterwards. I mean, even if he just sat in his seat and said to him, "Don't take the mick," or something like that. I mean, I don't think that would have been the best way to handle it, but that would have been better than one thing.
Yeah, it would have been a lot better. Just for him to if he just said, "Look, we'll have a chat about that afterwards," or even just gone, "Cool it, mate."
I just feel like not enough credit has been given to Chris Rock for how he handled it. I mean, a guy literally got up and assaulted him when he was in the middle of doing, an act, basically, on stage. And yes, he faltered for a moment, but then he carried on. He didn't sort of like get into a scuffle with Will Smith or start, shouting back or whatever.
Yeah,
he just went, okay, we made a light joke out of it and carried on. And then afterwards, when the police said to him, we're willing to arrest him, he said, "No, I don't want to make a bad situation worse. I'm not pressing charges," So
right. Yeah, and I don't want to sound like I'm discounting them as like not human or whatever, but like it just they're like in a different world.
Yeah,
you could think that you could get up and do that. Like I don't know.
Yeah,
Sorry, Sam, you go ahead.
No, I'm just going to say, I don't think I've ever thought of when someone's made a joke at my expense or whatever, I don't think my ever first reaction has ever been, especially if I didn't agree with it, is to, hang on a sec, I'm going to go smack that guy.
Yeah.
Maybe internally I thought, I'd really like to not actually do it.
Yeah.
They say different world.
Different world. Yeah, and I don't know, I could never be an actor. I have too much anxiety. So have you already put together the DeLorean, Craggle?
Yeah, I did it over 3 live streams over 2 days.
Oh, wow.
So we finished it off today.
Huh. How was it? I mean,
I really enjoyed it.
Okay.
There was a fiddly bit with some technique at the start, but it even when it was fiddly, it wasn't like frustrating. It was like almost kind of like, right, I can get this working. It didn't take too long. It wasn't a case of, there's no way this is going to work. It was kind of just part of the process, but it was a joy. And as we've seen it come together, the only real downside to the entire thing, entire building experience, was the stickers.
Oh no!
It just the worst of which is the one on Mr. Fusion, because the backing of it, the white of the sticker, is a completely different shade of white than the Lego piece itself, so it just sticks out like a sore thumb,
White is a difficult color in Lego. I've been noticing.
Yeah.
It's yeah, and on BrickLink, is it just me, or are white parts on BrickLink just a little more expensive?
Yeah, no, I back that. Yeah.
Any reason for that? Anybody have?
I have no idea why.
Huh.
Absolutely none.
I can't say I've noticed, to be honest with you.
Drives me freaking nuts when some of my logos and stuff that I'm designing, or if I'm working on a giant Saturn V thing that says, get these 580 white curved slopes, and you go, yep, won't be getting those from BrickLink because that'll cost me an arm and a freaking leg.
So doing these Skylab kits, I did all of the math, and it's cheaper for me to buy a bunch of Saturn V sets.
I'm surprised.
And take parts out of them. And so now I might start up a Bricklink store just to sell the parts I don't use from a Saturn V.
I suppose part of it could also be counted on. I've noticed that, particularly when I did Black Arrow,
Mm-hmm.
the grey curved slopes. There's a
Those are
guy who's
awesome.
selling them here in the UK. They were like 75p a piece initially.
Oh,
I was like,
yeah.
I was like, okay, that's costly, but I need them. Got them, and then I needed more when I redesigned bits. And I must have been a day later, the price has shot up to £1.90 a piece. And I was like, how?
Wow.
And it's because I ordered from that guy, had ordered in excess of like 300 pieces.
Uh-huh.
And
And
he's gone, oh, it must be a demand, and shot the price up.
shut the price up. Jeez.
So, yeah, there is that kind of thing as well. And obviously, if you're buying tons of white parts, then, because I know Scott's done that before, he's artificially inflated the cost of parts for his Micro Saturn 5 up on BrickLink.
Mm-hmm. So, speaking of rare parts that you have personally caused the apocalypse for, at my where I work, we have several mechanical engineers who specialize in additive manufacturing, i.e., 3D printing. I brought in one of the red fence pieces and I said, hey guys, what's the possibility of this? And they said, it's not going to act like a Lego. It's not going to feel like a Lego. And we might not get the color right. I'm like, okay. All right.
Oh, dear.
Yeah. But I don't know. I thought I'd ask.
Yeah, no, I've asked a friend of mine to look at seeing if he can 3D print me some of the trans clear pieces I needed for the War Rocket Ajax before I found them for £1.50. So I got them for £1.50 and settled for that, rather than forking out £200-300 that the guy in Germany wanted.
Oh, I imagine like trying to 3D print a trans clear piece would come out really weird.
Yeah. So this is the only 3D printed Lego piece I have. It's a more accurate fin for the Saturn V.
Yeah.
For a set of 4, they were $25.
Oh, okay.
And they're really good. I mean, they're really nice. I can't complain. You can tell this is not Lego plastic, and it doesn't feel like it. I sometimes feel like I'm going to break it, but it has good clutch, and it sits there. Like, it's good. But $25 for 4 of them.
Ouch.
Yeah.
Let's have a quick look in the chat, Susie, because it's been like 40 minutes since I last looked.
Space here.
Yes, evening space time, or good afternoon in your case. Nobody else is in the chat at the moment, but people are lurking. I see those 4 people there.
Yeah. Do we have? I sent a link to my buddy. Don't know if you're, yeah, Neely. We have to have him on someday, and
well, he's always welcome.
Yeah,
because I think he would. Well,
because he could probably, like I said, he's a history teacher. He could probably tell you guys stuff about your countries you don't know.
It's probably true.
Yeah, he's a cool guy. So here's my next project after I'm done with the Skylab kits.
Go on. I'm curious.
Besides doing my enormous Battle of Endor scene that I'm just working on bit by bit.
Yeah.
I have decided my next little thing is going to be kits for Skylab in that scale, in the 1 to 110 scale.
Sign me up for one of those, please, mate. I'm
Okay.
first on the list because I keep meaning to get the parts list for
Okay.
it and
I'm-
order it, but I don't know which one to get, what one to do. But I've got parts for Saturn V. Just give me I'm there.
Okay. All right. I'm just kind of looking into it. The thing that is frustrating so much about this, my larger Skylab kit is it has 208 different parts in it. So
your Skylab?
Yeah, my Skylab has 208 parts, and it's 208 separate parts. It has
parts.
Unique parts. Yep.
Yeah.
And one of the bags has I hate bagging the third bag because it just has one of 3 dozen different parts. It's all the little details and the little greebling parts.
All the little guns and blasters and everything you've used. And
I think you horribly misunderstand me when I say Skylab. What do you think I'm talking about?
I'm curious. I think my Black Arrow had a large number of unique parts.
Okay. So this kit, this version of the kit that I'm boxing up right now, has total parts 1,458. There are 233 unique lots in it.
Okay. Total parts in Black Arrow is 1,539. A total of 198 unique lots.
Well, you also did a lot of color changes within it, right?
I did, but I scaled those back based on conversations you and I had.
Mm-hmm.
I've kept them where I believed they were necessary.
Right.
But the changing of where I had the green, purple, green, purple, green, purple is now just green.
Yeah.
What's the point? I was just doing that just because I can chuck a load of colors in.
Gotcha. Well,
whereas, you helped me see the light a little.
It looks really cool, but also if you're buying parts for something like that and you're like, why do I need 2 of these and 5 of these? They're the same part. They're obviously going to be hidden. Why can't I just get them all the same color?
Yeah. So I did. Yeah. So basically, they're all purple for stage 2, and for stage 3 they're orange. And
okay. No, that's great.
I went with that.
Try making a kit of one, and then you'll just go bonkers.
Mate, I wouldn't make a kit of Black Arrow anyway. I saw how much it cost me to get the grey slopes in the first place. I ain't doing it again.
I am so glad that I was super naive when I started designing the launch umbilical tower. Because if I were to start on that again, I'd be like, nope, not doing that. Nope.
This is the thing, right? With what you know now, I think between a lot of us, with what we know now, you design things differently, especially your earlier things. Because I know for an absolute fact, my TARDIS, I'm selling loads of instructions on the TARDIS at the moment. But the cost of dark blue bricks is going to go through the roof. And I'm just sat here going, I need to order me a set of dark blue bricks so I can rebuild my TARDIS. And I'm there going, but I need to kind of wait for the instruction sales to just die a little. Get in there.
I've got a what was it? The starship from Lego Movie 2, the one that looks like a fist.
Oh yeah.
I won that was it at Brick Slopes last year?
Yeah.
Yeah, I won it at Brick Slopes last year. Haven't put it together. It is all dark blue.
I just want to say that I've got a UCS TARDIS and it is absolutely beautiful, so I don't have that problem. Thank you, Sam.
Was there?
You're lucky I like you.
You chose to give it to us.
I know. That's why I said you're lucky I like you.
Oh. It was honestly, it choked me up a little bit to receive that as a wedding gift off you two.
Oh,
not just in terms of the cost of the actual pieces, but just what I know what it meant to Sam as well. Yeah, it was a fantastic wedding gift.
So Space Time says that was at Mockfest, Joe. And the only reason I'm having a hard time remembering, because at Mockfest, I believe you're right. I believe you are right, Peter, that it was at Mockfest. At Brick Slopes, I won the other spaceship from Lego Movie 2. So I have both of them, and they're both dark blue. And I can't remember exactly which one I won at which. So
just group them all together, it'll be fine.
I know. I'm actually saving those for when Clark's a bit older and he can appreciate it a little more. And he's not so much into the Titanic.
He still got a thing for the Titanic then, has he?
He does. And also the planets. Did I tell you what we're doing for his birthday later? Oh, it is April. Later this month?
No.
You're selling him on eBay? Because you've had enough?
You are absolutely correct. Yep. Just remember the key to improv is yes and. Yes, we are selling him on eBay. And the cat too. Nope, that's not as funny. Anyway. Oh no, I have to be careful. Make sure he's okay. Yeah, we're driving down to Las Vegas to the Titanic Museum, and we're going to just spend 2 or 3 days in Las Vegas.
Why is there a Titanic museum in Las Vegas?
Yeah,
you are correct.
I the same question.
You are correct. Why is there a Titanic museum in Las Vegas? I've lived in Las Vegas. No human being should live in Las Vegas. Who are morons who went to the Las Vegas Valley and said, yeah, this looks like a great place for a giant city. Nobody should be living there. What?
Or to do nuclear testing.
Yeah. No one should be there. It should be used exclusively for nuclear testing.
How long has this Titanic museum been there?
It's got to have been 20 years or something. I don't know. They just have a bunch of artifacts from the ship. It's Las Vegas. They have random unique museums and attractions there. I
know because I went to Las Vegas a couple of years ago. My first night there, I was walking down the strip with my mate of mine, and we got to an intersection, as you folks call it over there.
What do you call it?
Yeah, probably same. A junction. No, got to an intersection and a crosswalk where there was some traffic lights.
Okay. Yeah.
A guy came up to me and my mate and asked if we wanted a midget for sex party. Just straight up and goes, "Do you guys want a midget for a sex party tonight?" We went, "Oh, we're good, thanks."
We're good, thanks.
I get there's one in Belfast because that's where the Titanic was actually constructed.
Was built, yeah.
Yeah. But why? I mean, it wasn't even headed for Las Vegas.
You're just sitting there at one of the casinos, and all of a sudden you just see this giant ship plowing through the dirt.
Can you imagine the scene in Ghostbusters 2 when they go, well, better late than never, and just have it transported to Las Vegas? You know, like that scene in Close Encounters of the Third Kind where they find the massive ship in the desert, you know?
Oh, yeah! I forgot about that.
Oh dear.
Spacetime is asking, is it a traveling exhibit? No, it's an actual museum. It's in the Luxor. It's in the Luxor Hotel
I was
Casino.
going to say, if it's been there 20 years, it's going to be traveling slower than the actual Titanic. would be.
Wow.
Yeah. Oh. Yeah. So that's what we're doing for his 5th birthday. I got, guys, for the first time, or not the first time, but one of the first times, I got blowback from someone when I said we only have one kid and we're probably definitely only having one kid. Someone's like, what? Why wouldn't
I
you
got
have
really
more?
confused. I was wondering where you were going there when you said for the first time you got blowback. I was like, okay.
Okay.
Because that could mean multiple different things here in the UK.
Okay. All right. No, I can see how that can. Yeah. No, it was interesting. Just it felt weird, and I just felt like saying, that's none of your business.
Yeah.
We
like,
have
Yeah.
our reasons.
if you said you haven't got any kids and you weren't going to have any kids, then it still wouldn't be any of their business.
It's none of your business, old man.
Do you
Well,
mind
I
me
do.
asking, like who it was from, or
Okay, I live in Utah. I live in
Okay.
Utah, where the primary the predominant culture is Mormon, and they have lots of kids. And it was in Utah County, which tends to have very strong members of the Mormon Church,
Okay.
and so he was obviously I don't know. It's just you have people with big families around here. I don't want to. That's all I'll say.
Fair enough.
You don't want them knocking on your door going, are you ready to accept the Lord Jesus Christ?
Okay, you guys want serious talk here? Do you want to hear something funny about my past?
Go on.
I've already told you, Sam.
Oh,
I grew up Mormon. I am not Mormon anymore. I served a mission for 2 years in Las Vegas. That is why I have lived in Las Vegas for 2 years.
that's what you know about the Titanic exhibit.
That's why I know about a lot of things in Las Vegas.
Wait, so you went to Las Vegas to try and get people to find religion?
Uh-huh. And I was actually quite successful there. Because what some people don't understand, the people who live in Las Vegas, like, don't even know that the Strip exists. Like, it's a big city in and of itself. Anyway, that's all I want to say about that. It was a different life.
Wow.
Oh, dear.
Anyway, I don't want to make it awkward. Oh, man, now it's awkward.
Too late.
Anyway.
I'm just sat here waiting for my pizza because I didn't get the chance to eat it earlier.
Oh, okay.
Oh, pizza time at the Craggles.
It's
Yeah.
time.
I
I am
mean-
actually going to have to go pretty soon.
Oh, I
I've
see.
got-
So you make it awkward and then you just fuck off and leave.
Yeah, that's my defense mechanism. Someone starts making fun of me, I make it awkward, and then I get out, and they're like, "What just happened?"
Well,
What do
maybe
I
you can
do?
tell that to Will Smith next time. It sounds
Yeah.
better than slapping someone on stage. Do you know what also bothered me about that was the swagger he gave afterwards? It like as he's walking back.
I haven't even watched it. Like,
Oh, you want
I've
to watch
seen-
it because when it first happened, I thought this has got to be staged, right? It just seems too
yeah.
bizarre. And then when he sat down and he's swearing at Chris Rock, from his seat, then you realize, oh crap, this is real.
This
Like,
is
he's
real.
He's really pissed off. Like, it's so bizarre. But
Yeah, I have no clue. I have no interest in knowing. Like, it's just Oh boy. Yeah. Will Smith. It reminded me of that scene in Independence Day.
Welcome to Earth.
Welcome to Earth.
It wasn't even a punch though. He open hand slapped him.
He open hand slapped him. Like that episode of Mythbusters where they were.
It wasn't even. Yeah, it was just
slapping, slow motion slapping each other to see if it would get them out of being drunk.
Oh man.
Oh, dude.
Yeah. Okay. Well, here's the situation I'm in. Our printer has failed. So I need to print out the labels for one more kit and get it in the mail today. Like that's where I'm at right now. Sorry, the post. Do you guys not even use the word mail when describing?
Minimalistically. I mean, because it leads to all kinds of confusion. Like, you know, in Up, the film Up, when they have they have what's his name? I forgot his name now. Not Doug. Doug's the dog. The little boy.
Yeah.
And he's a boy, he's a Boy Scout, but the dogs think that he is a male man. It took some of my friends ages to get the joke that he's a male man because they thought they were saying male as an M-A-L-E. Not that they thought he was dressed up like what we would call a postman, you know?
Okay.
And when I explained the joke, they're like, "Oh yeah," because the Boy Scout uniform does look a bit like American postman type uniform. So when they were going to get the mailman, they were like, "Why are they saying he's male and a man?" Like, you know.
Yeah, and we do use the word post, but it's usually like in relation to other things like the post office. Like I have to go to the post office to put these in the mail. But we don't refer to it as the post, usually. Like if you were to say here in the US, like if you were to say, I need to put that in the post or whatever, an American will understand what you're saying. They'll just think it sounds very British, you know. I was going to say post box. No. We say mailbox instead of female box.
Yeah, but what is also weird in the States, like, isn't like a mailbox both like the stationary deposit places, but also the thing that your mail is received through?
Yep.
Whereas we have postbox and letterbox. The letterbox is the thing in the door, which the mail comes through.
Okay. And so, see, if you have like if your neighborhood doesn't have like for instance, I have a multi-unit mailbox, and there's a key for our particular slot where we can open it up and get our mail out. And then on the side, there's a outgoing mail slot, put it here. But where I grew up in Pennsylvania and Maryland, we had a mailbox out on the street that our mail would always be put in. And if we had a piece of mail to send out, there was a little flag that you would hinge up to tell the mailman, we have mail, come get it from our mailbox.
See, our postmen don't pick up the letters. We have like boxes that are situated on the streets where you can just put it in and they collect it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Also, it feels really insecure when you have your mail put into the mailbox at the end of your garden. Anyone can come over and just empty it.
Yeah. I think that's why people don't really send letters anymore, let's be honest. But like yeah.
Like, how would they do a recorded letter in the States with a mailbox?
Oh yeah. A recorded letter?
Yeah, so if you want a receipt that someone received it, like if someone says, "Oh, like like with solicitors and with certain things, if someone say they've not receiving it, you can do a recorded letter where the postman literally knocks on the door and you have to sign for it to say that you've received the letter."
You certainly can do that. You can pay for that service. It's different, and it's exactly the same thing. The mailman will knock on your door
You're like, "Get back to the end of my garden. You're not allowed this close to the house. My box is over there." It's got a flag on it.
Also, I have to do some translation. You're saying garden, you mean yard, and you're saying what is the other one you just said?
See, what's confusing for me is that you still use imperial. So for you, a yard is also a unit of measurements.
Oh no, which we usually don't use at all. We use feet. Like if you say, "Oh, he's about 500 yards away," if you say that person is about 500 yards away, one, I know you've probably been in the military, or two, you play football, because those are the only two groups of people who use the measurement of yard that I know of.
It's weird though that you jump straight from feet to miles. Then, that's like us jumping from like.
You're talking to an engineer who gets up every morning screaming at the universe, "Why don't we use the metric system?" Like, you can make fun of the imperial system all you want. I will sit here and nod and say, yes, it is the most ridiculous thing ever created. I agree with you.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is your trigger warning.
Also, I just also appreciate that the Americans will put flags on anything, including the mailbox.
It's a little red flag, all right? It's not.
Oh yeah, it's definitely a red flag. You're telling me.
And you know what? That's something I've noted when I traveled around the world for work. We Americans love putting our flag everywhere. I went to places that are ostensibly, I've been to Saudi Arabia, which is ostensibly still a monarchy, and I'm like, they don't put their flag around as much as we do. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, I honestly I can't think of another country that does it to the extent the Americans do.
Yeah, let's not go there because then I'll get firebombed by one of my neighbors who thinks I'm not patriotic enough. I don't know. And I don't own a single gun, and I live in Utah, and people are like, "Wait, you don't own any guns? What?" Yeah, let's not go there, Crackle.
What happens when the purge happens? What do you do when the purge comes around?
Good question. I don't know. It's like oh, that was the other word you use, solicitor. Where here we call it a lawyer. We went to my wife's former employer is a divorce attorney, a lawyer, and she has a huge house, and we went over there for a party, and I'm just looking, they're in this gated community, and I'm looking at all these giant houses, and I'm like, all right, I know where I'm going to carpet bomb during the revolution, and it's right here. It is right here. Anyway, just kidding. I'm a nonviolent person. I wouldn't do that.
I was going to say, we should just point out Joe's not violent. He's not saying he will carpet bomb anyone.
Yeah.
Joe certainly doesn't have a plane he can do that in.
Yeah. What?
What?
Huh? What? Yeah. Anyway. Oh, let's not go there. Let's not go there. It might get too depressing. Anyway.
When are you leaving?
Yeah. Man, I love talking to you guys, but I really do have to go. I hate this. Anyway, yeah. Trying to think if there's anything else I wanted to share or overshare as.
Always welcome to overshare with us, Joe.
My cat's breath smells like tuna.
Probably
The doctor said my nose would stop bleeding if I just kept my finger out of there.
How's that for oversharing?
Yeah.
I don't know why. I suddenly had a flashback to that scene in National Lampoon's Vacation when the two girls are like trying to compete, and the girl says, "Well, I've French kissed now at least 20 times," and she goes, "So have I." "Yeah, but Daddy says I'm the best."
Okay.
Cool beans. Cool beans. And on that one, I'm going to head out, gentlemen, and Sam. I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. I should have said.
Are we carrying on, or are we going to wrap things up, or?
You two should just keep going.
We'll go on for a little bit. We'll at least take it till half past.
The only thing I say is I got my pizza about to come out soon, so I'm going to have like my mouth full of like pizza related. So if there's just me and you, it might get a bit tricky.
As opposed to having your mouth full of, never mind, phallic symbols, huh? Okay, cool.
Big hairy balls? Yeah, I fancy the change.
In that case, then, let's call it a nice, short, sweet one tonight.
Okay.
Let's wrap it up properly, and we'll start with Joe kicking out of what he's been up to. What's coming up in the Skylab Bricks world?
Yeah, what's coming up in Skylab Bricks is I am now able to take orders for the next series of Skylab kits over on my Etsy shop, Skylab Bricks. So come visit me there. I have tons of instructions. The next thing that's coming out, probably the two things that I'm working on right now, is a modification to my crawler. You can see down under there. And the next version of my Nerva Mars rocket back right there, up there. Okay, yeah. So those are going to be coming out within the next few weeks, and that's it. Glad to be here.
Do you know what? I forgot that I had the instructions for Nerva. I should build Nerva.
Well, wait till the new version comes out, because it will have the wall hanging ability.
Oh,
so
very important. I need that.
Yes.
I need that.
Yeah.
I don't have enough horizontal space for Nerva. Vertical space.
Yeah,
I've got. So I could do another MLV.
but not
that one is pretty big as it is.
Yeah.
Craggle, you're up.
Well, I'm currently working on my Back to the Future Part 3 collectible minifigure series video. I've also got a couple of review videos that I need to record the voiceover. I've been putting off because I'm full with cold, so I sound awful. But also today we finally sorted a printer for the packaging for my custom Ghostbusters Afterlife inspired minifigures. I'm going to be doing a limited run of 3 characters, 25 pieces, 25 minifigures of each character. So keep your eye out, because I'll be doing a post and a video about those when they're ready to go.
Oh, very exciting. I'm looking forward to getting my hands on those. And I will admit, started getting the parts for Dirt Farm.
Ooh. Awesome.
Yes, there was a guy in Canada who has a part I need for the War Rocket Ajax, but I couldn't justify just buying this one part, falling short.
Bless you.
Ew.
Falling short of £8 of the minimum buy, and then justifying the shipping cost as well. So I was like,
Jeez.
so Sam said, Lady Sam said to me, she goes, well, why don't you see if there's any parts you need for Dirt Farm from him as well? I was like, this is a very good idea.
Very good.
And he has all the windows.
Ah. Cool. Well, I have to shoot off now because my pizza is ready, but it's been emotional.
Cool.
It's been a thing, hasn't it?
It has.
It has indeed. So thank you, everybody, for joining us. Jacob, Lady Sam, Space Time, and anybody else who was in the chat and didn't say hello. We love you all, and we will see you all next time.
Laters.
Bye.
Yeah.